Today we're going to review the iPad Air Case Prodigy case from Zugu. I've always been a huge fan of the Case Prodigy case series from Zugu. These are amazing cases for the iPad that allow you to have multi-angle functionality so that you can actually latch your iPad and view it in a variety of different angles. So it's perfect for watching movies. The lower angles are great for typing. It's definitely a really great case. Now, if you don't remember, a little while ago I did the review on this case, the Case Prodigy case for the iPad 3 and iPad 4. Well, this is the all-new redesigned Case Prodigy case for the iPad Air. So let's take a look at some of the cool features. When you first take a look at this case, you can see that it's very protective of your iPad. As you can see, it has these straps at the top and the bottom to hold the iPad Air in place. It also has a long strap on this side that goes across the whole side because this is the side where you can actually take the iPad out. That way you don't risk the iPad falling out at any time, even though there's also a safety clasp in there as well. Now, the main part that you're able to remove is the clasp right here on this edge. Now, it's definitely a very stylish clasp, and the cool thing is it actually locks right into place with magnets. That way it looks good, but also it's not going to flap open just out of nowhere. When you open it up, it's not going to hang out over here, it's not going to stay over there, because you just push it back, and there's actually magnets over here as well. That way it stays out of your way, it's not flapping around, and it's not going to be distracting when you're using your iPad. So if you open this up, as you can see, the iPad will turn on automatically because it does have that capability built right into the case. Now, the way to take it out would be to undo this clasp on this side that has some Velcro underneath, undo it, and pull the iPad out. As you can see, this whole side has the rim, so that way you're going to make sure that the iPad never accidentally falls out of the case when it's in transit. Now we're going to look at some of the main features of all the different multi-angle functionality that they have in this case. Obviously you can hold it like this just by flipping this back, and it doesn't make it too much thicker. It does add a little bit of weight to it, but that's the only con I had about this case. Alright, let's take a look at some of the really cool different angles you can form with the iPad Air Case Prodigy case. Alright, so now let's look at some of the different angles that you can form with the Case Prodigy case. Now, this is the part that makes this case so amazing and definitely worth the money. By the way, the link's down in the description. It's not that expensive, and I would definitely recommend it if you're in the market for an iPad Air case. But now let's take a look at some of the really cool angles. All you gotta do is tilt this up like so. And then you can see down here we have our little kickstand that's actually attached by magnets, again, so it doesn't flap around. Everything's very well thought out in the design of this product. And if you take a look here, you can just put it into that first groove. Now, it's not being held in by the groove itself, it's being held in by magnets, which means that it's not really going to move that much. As you can see, the kickstand isn't falling out when you touch it, and I'll show you some simulation with tapping on it in just a second. So this is the main angle that you're going to have maybe for watching like movies. This is the pretty much upright angle. As you can see here, you can watch some really good movies with this angle. You can watch Netflix, YouTube, all that stuff. So maybe consuming media, maybe you're lying down, or you're at a lower angle to watch like a video or something of that nature. Now you can go back like this and get a little bit of a different angle to it if you want it down just a little bit further. So they've got a lot of different angles. They've got 6 different angles that you have. And then these middle angles are really good for playing games. So these are the ones where you might want to be playing Fruit Ninja. These really sit in your lap very well. So if you're holding it in your lap, you can be playing this level and then this level. These two are really good for maybe Fruit Ninja, or if you're playing like a tower defense game. You can play all those really cool games using these 2 middle settings that you have. Now you can also go down to the 2 final settings, which is this one right here, and then the final setting, the last one, right here, to type. And as you can see, if we simulate some typing, it's not going to be going anywhere because it is very secure in the clasp that it has. You can push down on it, it's not going anywhere. So if we go around like that, as you can see, that might be very good if you have it on a table, maybe you're sitting in a chair and you want to type some documents or something like that, or you want to play a game but you don't want to have it flat down on the table. There's definitely a lot of really great features that come with the Case Prodigy case, but here's a really cool visual for you. Watch this. Just snap it up like that and down like that, and there you go. You're back to just a normal flat iPad. And then to close it, all you got to do is whip this around, pop that over, and it's closed. So it's not that much of a hassle to activate the kickstand, open the kickstand, anything like that. It's a really great case. Overall, provides all the protection you want. It provides all these different angles. The only downside is it makes it much heavier. So, you know, some people might be buying the iPad Air for the weight. However, if heaviness is not a concern to you, then this is definitely a really great case. And it's not too heavy, but it does add a lot of extra heaviness to the iPad itself and a little bit of bulk on top of that. But overall, a fantastic case. I would definitely recommend checking it out if you're in the market for an iPad case. Now, Zugu also sent me this really cool stylus. It's the Pro stylus that they have, and it is a pen. As you can see here, it acts as an actual pen, so you have an excuse to have it around. You also have the stylus functionality. I'll show you in just a second. But you can also take off this little end of the stylus, and you have a SIM card remover tool built right into that as well. It's very easy just to spin back on. So if you ever need to remove your SIM card, you know how to do it just with this little pen. And I believe this pen is $10, and I believe this case around $60 to $70. You can check out the link below, and I'll link it right over to Zugu. So if we open up this just like that, as you can see, it turns on your iPad automatically. Let's take a look at our stylus, which seems to be working very well. We can open up weather apps and all that stuff, whatever we want to do. So the stylus seems to be working really well. It is a pen as well and a SIM card remover. So these are definitely two really great products. They're linked down in the description below. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Zugu Case Prodigy case. Once again, I'm out from AppFind. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.